Hey gang, DVD Collector back in the truck for a mobile movie review, a series that I hope to do on my way home from work since it's quite boring. This is a title of a video series that I stole from the 13th Wolfman, and I hope to continue doing it. So let's jump right into this. Today we're going to talk about a film from 1938 called You Can't Take It With You. I won't always have these with me. Jimmy Stewart and Jean Arthur, who will be with each other again in, might be 1939, might be 1940, and Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, one of my favorite Jimmy Stewart films, which is kind of redundant to say because they're all my favorite Jimmy Stewart films. It's kind of like saying, this is my favorite Hitchcock movie. So anyway, Best Picture 1938, like I said. This is based on a play, and I didn't find that out until after the film was over and I started reading about it more, because I really enjoyed this film. I picked this up on a whim. No, I didn't. I picked it up because I seen Jimmy Stewart on the cover. I mean, that's a no-brainer. If I see him there, I'm going to buy it. I don't care if it's about him, you know, making jelly. I don't care. I'm going to watch a Jimmy Stewart movie. Anyway, film's based on a play, and that made sense to me after the fact of me watching it, because it felt very much like a play. Not so much the whole film, but anything that took place in Jean Arthur's home, which I'll explain. Jimmy Stewart plays a vice president of, let's just put it that way. And Miss Arthur plays his secretary. Well, they are in love with each other, and she invites him, well, he invites her to the opera or ballet or some snobby shit, and he comes to the house, and while we're at the house and we meet everybody, even before that when we're in the house, it's just a bunch of confusion and mess, and these people are very Addams Family-like without having the you know, that side of them. They're fucking goofy. But the part of it that reminded me so much of a play after reading that is the action they have, like on a stage. They're always going from spot to spot, standing there talking. You know, it feels just like Bad Seed, which is another one that has that very, very play feel that is based off a play. The film's incredible. I absolutely love this. Everybody in this is a complete and utter joy to watch on screen. They are so fun to watch, fun to be around. And of course, Jimmy Stewart, this is a very young Jimmy Stewart, and he is absolutely funny just in his quirkiness that he has in these type of films. Like, you know, it's just his actions and mannerisms in It's a Wonderful Life, especially Harvey, films like that just bring out the soft, gentle Jimmy Stewart rather than the tough, which, can you call him tough as a Western guy? But he pulls that together. He plays a lot of parts where, you know, that toughness doesn't come out, but you know, some of the Westerns, he's a cowboy. He's supposed to be rough and tough. But anyway, this film itself, like I said, mostly takes place in Miss Arthur's house, with her father, mother, sister, grandfather, uncle, the Iceman, guy that delivered ice, a guy that worked at a accounting firm that they just picked up and took home. And once you come there, you don't necessarily leave. You become part of this unit. They're very carefree, and Jimmy Stewart actually says this sometime through the movie, that it's wonderful that these people can just do whatever they want. You know, they don't have to worry about anything. The father likes to make firecrackers. He makes firecrackers. You know, they're just a carefree bunch of this stuff. The mother, which is what I laughed at the most of her story, the whole film up to the point where it's revealed, she's writing plays on a typewriter. You know, she's got what I assume a dozen plays going at the same time. And when you find out, when Miss Arthur talks to Jimmy's character, says, "You know why my mother writes so many plays, don't you?" And he's like, "No, I don't. I just thought, you know, whatever." He's like, "No, she got a typewriter delivered to her one day by mistake, and she's been doing it ever since." Just quirky as shit. But I highly recommend this film. It is definitely on my list to watch again with just pure enjoyment this time, and to see something that nice and fresh and just wholesome, with the way films are today, and you know, things like that, was just a breath of fresh air. Jimmy brought it today. Jimmy Stewart, you're the man. So that's it. That's the first mobile movie review. And depending on how my friend the 13th Wolfman feels about that, we'll see where it goes. So, till next time, guys, thank you very much for watching and driving home from work with me. I'm almost there. So, actually, my ride's not that short as this video was. I was about halfway home before I actually figured out how I was going to film these without. I filmed it before and my camera fell over. Yeah, I was doing all that while I drive. So, hopefully I don't kill myself or anybody else. I'm joking, by the way. I did pull over. So, once again, thank you guys. I'll probably do this every day that I'm driving home. So, until tomorrow, later.